Welcome! This short video provides a brief overview of system administration permissions in the Washington State Immunization Information System, or IIS. This video covers the information in the IIS System Administrator Reference Guide found on the Washington IIS Training Portal at www.doh.wa.gov/training IIS. Today we will cover the following training objectives. We will describe the role of a system administrator, identify types of user accounts, identify the recommended permissions for common types of user accounts, and explain strategies for maintaining system security. System administrator is a permission that can be given to an IIS user. This is generally given to the lead or manager at a clinic or organization. This permission allows the user to manage their organization or facility's IIS user accounts by creating new accounts and adding permissions to existing user accounts. It is also the system administrator's responsibility to inactivate users who leave the clinic or organization or those who no longer need to access the system. As a system administrator, it's important to understand the types of accounts users have. This graphic shows the types of user account access levels, with the registry account allowing the most access and the facility level account allowing the least access. The highest access level is the registry level. Registry level accounts are generally for state level users who can access all the data in the system. This type of user can see all of the organizations and facilities in the IIS and the users associated with them. Organization level accounts provide a broader view for users who need to access multiple facilities under an organization. An organization level user with system administration permissions can see the data for all of the facilities affiliated with that specific organization, including all of their users. Facility level users can only see the data for their particular facility. It's important to note that all access levels allow you to view all patient records in the IIS, with the exception of school reporting only type accounts. Next, we will cover how to set up a new user account as a system administrator. Once you're logged into the IIS with your username and password, select Administration in the left-hand navigation menu. Under User Management, select Search Add User. Then enter the user's last name and click the Search button. If no search results display or no matching user already exists, simply click the Add button. On the user maintenance screen, start by entering a username. We recommend using the person's first initial followed by their last name. The next step is to set the password. We recommend using the default system password, which is welcome1. To do so, click the box. Fill in the remaining details that are highlighted in red. Please also ensure that you add an email address so the user can reset their password using the Forgot Password feature and receive important IIS updates via email. Regarding the access level, it is always best practice to give a user an account that allows them to access the least amount of information necessary to complete their job. For example, set up view-only accounts for users that do not need to make edits or updates to data. If a user needs to add or update patient records in the IIS, then they will need a client-type account. Select the user permissions applicable to the user type from the Available Permissions menu. If you hold the Control button on your keyboard, you can select multiple permissions. If you would like to add an additional account at this time, check the Add Another User to this site box on the bottom right. If you are only adding one user, select Save. The Web User Maintenance Detail page will appear with a red message at the top letting you know that the web user record was added successfully. As a system administrator, it is your responsibility to ensure that you are inactivating users who are no longer employed at your clinic or organization. To do this, search for the user account through the Search Add User screen. Choose the Administration heading from the navigation menu on the left, and under User Management, select Search Add User. Search for the user by last name, select the user you wish to inactivate from the search results by clicking anywhere on the line for that user. Scroll down and select Update in the bottom right corner of the page. To inactivate this user, simply check the Set Inactive box. Scroll to the bottom and select Update. When a user is inactive, you will see a Y next to Inactive on the Web User Maintenance Detail page. A Y will appear in the Inactive column for inactive users when you use the Web User Search page. To reactivate a user account that has been marked inactive, remove the check mark from the Inactive box. To view all users for your facility or organization, leave the username and last name fields blank, then select Search. You can also view user reports in the User Management section of the Administration menu. You can limit this report by inactive or active users and also search for users by specific permissions, including access levels and more. Now we'll cover a few common user account types. The first is for users responsible for patient registration. The access level you select depends on if the user is working at a clinic or organization level, and the recommended permissions are Run Reminder Recall and UFM Access. Another common user role in the system is a vaccine coordinator. Again, the access level depends on if the user works at multiple facilities in an organization. The recommended permissions are the following: lot number, manager, access and edit, provider ordering, run reminder recall, and UFM access. It is important to remember that some of the permissions prohibit a user from doing a specific action. Therefore, it is not recommended to give a user all of the available permissions. Refer to the System Administrator Guide for information on additional roles and permissions. For general IIS account help, please contact the Help Desk. For training and troubleshooting guidance, please contact the IIS training team at iis.training@doh.wa.gov. Additional IIS resources, including other short videos and quick reference guides, are available on the IIS Training Materials portal at www.doh.wa.gov/training-IIS. Thank you for watching this video on System Administration Permissions in the Washington State Immunization Information System.